Did you know, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, color blindness affects approximately 1 in 12 men, 8%, and 1 in 200 women in the world? My boyfriend has been red-green colorblind his entire life, but didn't know he was until a couple years ago when he was looking at a color dot diagram, which is also called the eye drama test. Today I want to talk to you about the causes of color blindness, different types of color blindness, and what it's like to live with color blindness. To begin, color blindness is caused by a deficiency in the pigments found in the corners of the eye, which are in the retina. Color blindness is much more common in males because it is an inherited condition. Genes are bundled together on structures called chromosomes. One type of each chromosome is passed by a parent at conception through egg and sperm cells. The XY chromosomes, known as sex chromosomes, determine whether a person is born female, XX, or male, XY, and also carry other traits not related to gender. An X-linked inheritance, the mother carries a mutated gene on one of her X chromosome and will pass on the mutated gene to 50% of her children. Because females have two XX chromosomes, the effect of a mutation on an X chromosome is offset by the normal gene of the other X chromosome. In this case, the mother will not have the disease, but she will pass on the mutated gene, and she is so-called the carrier. If a mother is a carrier of an X-linked disease and the father is not affected, there is a 1 in 2 chances that a son will have a disease, 1 in 2 chance that a daughter will be a carrier of the disease, no chance that a daughter will have the disease. Recessive inheritance, it takes 2 copies of the mutated gene to give rise to the disease. An individual who has 1 copy of recessive mutated gene is known as a carrier. When 2 carriers have a child, there is 1 in 4 chance of having a child with the disease, 1 in 2 chances of the child being a carrier, 1 in 4 chances of having a child with neither has the disease or is a carrier. In autosomal dominant inheritance, it takes just 1 copy of the mutated gene to start the disease. When its affected parent with the mutated gene mutates, has a child, there is 1 in 2 chances of a child will inherit the disease. According to colorblind awareness, it's also possible to acquire color blindness later in life due to complications with diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and other most eye diseases. Although there is one genetic cause of color blindness, there are several types of color blindness where cause people to see certain colors differently. The severity of color blindness depends on how many and which pigments are deficient in the eye, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine. According to WebIMD, the most common is red-green color blindness. According to color blindness, between autosomal and monochromosome. I would like to talk about how color blindness affects one's life. Depending the types of color blindness, which does not affect someone's life very much unless it's talk about a career limitation. There are specific contact lenses that can be worn to help disguise certain colors. There's no treatment for color blindness, but most people can live a normal life nonetheless. There are also times where you can now wear glasses that will fix the colors. My boyfriend just got a pair and he can now see so many more colors than he was seeing before. In conclusion, now you've learned that there are about the causes of color blindness, the different types of color blindness, and what it's like to live with color blindness. It's important to learn about color blindness because it's interesting to think about people's lives seeing different colors or not at all. As about 10% of all males have some form of color blindness, there's a good chance you know someone that is affected by it. So when you look at your colors, just remember that the color you see might not be the same color that someone else is seeing. So take into account and look around to really look into the colors. Thank you.